Hi, my name's Pete Dwan. I'm the former British Thai boxing champion, and I also give drug education talks for Narconon. I've spoken to over 30,000 young people, and the reason why I do it is because kids need the true facts about drugs to make up their own mind and not do drugs. So good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. So my name's Pete, and I've come to talk to you about drugs. Now the first thing I'm going to say to you might seem a little bit strange, but it's very true, and that is I'm not going to tell you not to take drugs. And that's because when I was your age, if someone kept telling me not to do something, do you know what might happen in the end? Anybody? Might end up doing it, that's right. But what I am going to do this morning is, because I can tell just by looking at all your faces that you're intelligent people. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give you some true facts about drugs. Then if you've got all the right information about the subject, you can make up your own mind and hopefully make the right decision. Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, very quickly, I work for a charity, and that charity is called Narconon. Sounds like a big daft spaceship or something, but all it is two old words put together. Narco, which means narcotics or drugs, and non, which means no. So I work for a charity that basically means no drugs. Very quickly, I'm going to give you the history of it. It started a long time ago. It started in 1966, and it was started by a man called William Benitez. He was an American. He lived in a really rough part of America, and in no time at all, he got involved in drugs. And by the time he was 13 years old, he was addicted to hard drugs. Then he got involved in crime, and eventually, he got sent to prison. In America, they have these really big prisons they call penitentiaries, where they house thousands of prisoners. And he got sent to this penitentiary, and he was serving 10 years for the crimes he's committed. So he's not got a lot going from this guy, yeah? He's still quite young, he's in prison, and he's a drug addict. But even though this had happened, he was still quite a clever man, and he tried lots of different ways to come off drugs. He didn't succeed, and then he read a book. He read a book by a humanitarian called L. Ron Hubbard. He read this book and he thought, the only way I'm going to actually overcome this addiction to drugs is by confronting the problems in my life. So what he did was he wrote to this guy. This guy wrote back to him, and William Benitez went to the head of the prison warden, and he said, I want to start getting people off drugs in prison. And at first, the prison warden says, no chance, mate. You're in here for 10 years, you're a drug addict yourself, I'm not going to let you do it. But what he did was he persisted, he kept going back to see him. In the end, the prison warden let him have a go. He was that successful, he had over 100 prisoners coming off drugs while they were still in prison. When he eventually left prison, he started up these Narconon centres, and to this day, there's over 120 centres in over 50 different countries. That's how successful he was at getting people off drugs. That's one side of Narconon. The other side is education, and that's why I've come here today to give you some education about drugs. Everyone okay what I said so far?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, now then, can anyone give me any of the effects you might get off a drug if you took a drug? Any of the effects you might get? Any of the ways it might make you feel? Anybody? Anxious. Okay, I can't spell that, so I'll put scared. Yeah?
All right.
Okay, anxious, scared. Any other effects you might get?
Unreal.
Unreal. Okay. Any other effects you might get? Physically or emotion? Paranoid. Can't spell that, and it comes under scared as well. Yeah, paranoid. Paranoid, something like that. Any other effects you might get if you took a drug? Lethargic. Big words. Tired. You might get tired, yes. Lethargic. Okay. Irresponsible. Big word. Irresponsible. Okay. Tired. Do you think it could make you ill? Do you think if you took drugs it could make you ill?
Yeah, make you sick.
Make you sick. Make you ill. Do you think they could kill you? Do you think drugs could kill you?
Yeah.
So you might die, eh? Overdose, you could die. Do you think it could make you high? Do you think it would give you a buzz?
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't take it because they think it's going to make them feel like rubbish, do they? They take it because they think they're going to get a high or a buzz off. Do you think it could make you sad? Like, really, like...
Yeah.
So, isn't it funny? You get like two... it can make you high, it can make you sad, you know? People... Do you think sometimes people take drugs because they think it gives them lots of energy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Energy... You've got energy and then you've got really lethargic. So you've got two different things. Basically, with the answers that you're giving, if you put all of these together and any other description you can give me of an effect that a drug has, basically a drug is something that can affect your mind and your body. Does everyone agree it covers all those definitions?
Definitely.
So it's a good point to actually know what a drug is. A drug is something that can affect your mind and your body. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick look at the body, and I'm going to apologise because I'm not a good drawer, but there's a body. No, it's not bad, is it? Now, what 3 things have we got to put into the body to make it survive? 3 things we need to make it. Food's one of them. Water. Oxygen. I'll put air, can't spell oxygen. There we go. Does everyone agree with me? If we put food and water into the body, you've got air all around the body, you exercise the body and you rest the body will survive pretty well. Everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Let's say, let's get another body here. It's a bit slimmer, that one. Now let's say it's Friday night, and because it's Friday night, you're having fish and chips for your tea. There's the fish, there's the chips going into your body. Now, because it's Friday night, you're dead excited because tomorrow is Saturday and you're going to be going to the theme park with all your friends, and you're talking to your friend and you're eating your fish and chips and you're really, really excited. Unfortunately, because you're so excited, you don't notice that one of these chips is the mankiest looking chip you've ever seen. It's black, it's rotten, it's got fur on it, it's disgusting. But it's ended up on your plate, and because you're so excited, you actually swallow the chip. How does that make you feel?
Sick.
Makes you feel sick, doesn't it? Let's have a look at what happens inside your body when this chip goes in. Inside your body, there's a part of your body, and it's called your liver. And what happens is, when this chip goes into your body, the manky chip, your body sends a message to your liver, and it goes something like this. It goes, manky chip coming, like this. And then what happens is, your liver sends out all this stuff to where the chip is, it breaks it down, and it gets rid of it. So a few hours later, or the next day, if you eat a manky chip, you feel fine again. Everyone got that?
Yeah.
That is basically, your body classes that chip as a poison. And that is very, very basically how your body deals with any poisons that go into it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everyone got it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, let's do another quick body here. Got long legs, that one. High jumper. Okay, let's say we're not talking about a manky chip. Let's say we're talking about somebody who puts a drug into the body. There's the liver. Now, our bodies are that clever that what they're trying to do is they're trying to survive all the time. Okay? Now, this person puts the drug in. As we've just said, it's a poison, yeah? Drugs are a poison. Puts the drug into the body, and what the body's trying to do is survive. So what the body will do inside, the body balance inside will actually change. It'll actually adapt itself, getting ready for the drug coming in. If this person keeps putting that drug into the body, inside the body balance will change, okay? Over a period of time, it will change that much. If that person all of a sudden stops putting the drug into the body then starts craving the drug. Yeah, do you get the idea? The chip balance has changed, they put the drug in, it builds up a resistance, you have to put more of the drug in to get the same effect. They stop putting the drug in, the body then starts craving the drug. This is how people get physically addicted to drugs. This is a physical addiction, not the emotional or anything else, the physical addiction. Your liver, basically, because you're putting the drug in over a period of time, is working overtime. It's working around about 100 times harder than it normally does to deal with a manky chip. So if someone's putting this into the body over a period of time, the liver's working overtime. The liver doesn't just look after the poisons in the body, it looks after your skin, your hair, how much energy you've got, lots of different things the liver does. And if you've ever noticed in real life, or maybe just in the movies, people on drugs over a long period of time, they don't look too well, do they? They don't look too healthy. That's because their liver is working overtime dealing with that poison that person's putting into the body, so it can't do all the other things. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Fantastic, fantastic. Everyone okay with that so far?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. Can anyone tell me what the most used drug in Britain is that causes more deaths than any other drug? Heroin. Good answer, not the right one.
Alcohol.
Alcohol, very good. Alcohol, yeah, we don't think of alcohol as a drug. I'll tell you a true story. I've got this friend, and my friend's got a little 2-year-old boy, yeah? And And one night, my mate sat in his house like this, he's doing his paperwork, the television's on there, and out the corner of his eye, you can see through to the kitchen. And on the kitchen floor is his little 2-year-old who's got a teddy in his hand, and he's playing with these wooden bricks on the floor, yeah? So you've got the scene, there's my mate doing his paperwork like this. Next minute on television comes this advert. You ever notice adverts are slightly louder than the other programmes when they come on? Yeah. Well, that's to get your attention. On comes this advert for like Bacardi Breezer or some alcoholic drink, and so there's big strong men throwing bottles up in the air, or these really good looking ladies all dancing around, or this loud music and bright lights, and out the corner of his eye, he sees this little lad get up with this teddy, 2 years old, walk in front of the telly, and he starts dancing like this. And my mate's going, wow, would you look at that? The music's going, everyone's having a good time. The kid's dancing away there like this. Next minute, the music stops, the advert stops, the programme's come back on. The little lad does this. Goes back in the kitchen and carries on playing with the bricks. And my mate thought, what just happened there? This 2-year-old, he doesn't understand words properly, but he does understand bright lights, loud music, and everyone having a good time. And at 2 years old, that advert for alcohol gets his attention. Now, as he becomes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, he gets more and more and more of these images. By the time he's 10 years old, does he think that alcohol will be quite a dangerous drug, or does he think that's what everyone does to have a good time? Which one? Thank you very much. And that's why you don't think of alcohol as a drug, because of the way it's advertised to you. Okay, does anyone know how they make alcohol?
Yeah.
How do they make it?
From plums and pears and
Very, very, very good.
spirit.
Yeah.
You boil it and then it goes through a process and it comes in little streams
Yeah.
of pure alcohol, and we drink in my country.
Yeah. That's a very good answer. What they do, really simply, that's exactly right. What they do is they get a big drum, which is like a barrel without a lid on, yeah? Depending on what type of alcohol they're going to make, depends on what type of food they put into the drum. So if they're going to make cider, they'd put.
Apples.
If they're going to make wine, they'd put. If they're going to make vodka, they put potatoes. Yeah, they put potatoes. So then what they do is they put all the food in the drum. Get a big hose pipe, put the hose pipe into the drum, turn the tap on, and they cover all the food with water, turn the top off, pull the hose pipe out. Someone comes along, puts a little light underneath it, and they leave it to cook for a little bit. A little while later, someone comes along and blows the light out. Just like that. Next day, someone comes back and has a look inside the drum. Yeah, everything's fine in there, and they go away, and they come back the next day and have another look inside the drum. Yeah, everything's fine in there, and they go away, and they leave it 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. All the time they leave it, the food in the bottom of the drum is rotting. The longer they leave it to rot, the stronger the alcohol is and the more money people pay for it. And what they do is they drain off all the rotten food and they get the rotten food juice that's left, which is exactly what alcohol is. They add water to it, colours to it, flavours to it, put it in a nice shiny tin, and they go, Carling Black Label, yeah? It's rotten food juice, that's exactly what it is. Everyone following with that, yeah? Okay, fantastic. Now then, I'm going to say a big long word. Some of you probably know what it means, but if you don't, it's dead simple. Any drug that it puts in your body affects something called your central nervous system. And all that is, if you don't know, is something inside your body runs from the back of your head, down your spine, out your arms to your fingertips, all the way down your body to the tips of your toes. And any drug someone puts in the body affects that in 3 stages. Can anyone tell me what the drug in coffee is?
Caffeine.
Caffeine, okay. So this is my best drawing, and it's a cup of coffee, like this. Someone has a cup of coffee in the morning, and what it does to the central nervous system initially is it stimulates all the nerve ends in the body, and the person feels a bit more relaxed. You've seen it, someone gets up in the morning, been watching the football on telly, they have a cup of coffee, 5 minutes later they're like, oh, that's better, ready for the day now. Yeah, okay, that's the first level. Let's say that person said, I tell you what, I've got such a busy day, I'm going to have 20 cups of coffee, one after the other. Okay, they put that much caffeine into the body, it affects the central nervous system in this way. It causes depression. And when I say depression, I don't mean this type of depression, yeah? It's really, but it's not what I mean. What I mean is, all the nerve ends in the body are getting depressed, they're getting squashed. So if someone sat down and had 20 cups of coffee, one after the other, they put that much caffeine in the body, they feel a bit woozy, a bit unsure on their feet, they won't feel too well. Now if that person said, I tell you what a busy day, I'm going to have 30 cups of coffee, one after the other. The central nervous system would then go into the third level, and the third level is pain. They'd be in physical pain. Yeah, they'd have that much caffeine in the body in one go. The body would be they'd have to go to the doctors or the hospital to get sorted out. Now, it doesn't seem very real when we're talking about coffee, because you don't know many people that drink this amount of coffee. But let's just look at that other drug we were just talking about, alcohol. Let's say there's a lad, he's 15 years old. He's at a party, he's stood with all his mates like this. He's got his best tracksuit on, he's got his hood up, he's got his Nike trainers on. He's being dead cool with all his mates like this. He looks across the room and he sees this girl and he thinks, she's nice. But he don't go and talk to her because he's a little bit shy and the girl might not talk to him. But because he's at a party, he has a drink of rotten food juice, a drink of beer. And what it does to his central nervous system initially is it stimulates all the nerve ends in his body and he feels a bit more relaxed and he thinks, no, I'm the man, I've got the tracksuit on, I've got the train, I'm going to go and talk to this girl. He goes over, starts talking to girls, you know what, they get on really good. She's dead nice, he's dead nice. Next minute, someone puts some music on, they start having a dance. So there he is at a party, dancing with this really nice girl. He thinks, I know what I'll do, Brain of Britain, I'll have some more to drink. So he has a bit more to drink. And then, as we say, central nervous system goes into the second level, and the second level is depression. All the nerve ends in his body are getting depressed. So he's dancing with this girl and he starts falling about a little bit because his nerve ends are getting depressed. He's talking dead loud because his nerve ends are getting depressed. Really like you. He's dribbling a little bit. What does the girl do? What would the girl do? She'd walk off, yeah. She'd walk off and leave him. So he was dancing with a really nice girl. Now he's falling about on his own. All his mates are laughing at him. Brain of Britain, what we're going to do? Drink some more beer. So he drinks some more beer. Now, unfortunately, you don't see him at the party anymore.